You see, that's AT&T's fiber. We got finally our HOA approval. We got it yesterday, which it was their deadline, and then today is Tuesday, and the guy's already here, ready to rock and roll. We're gonna move this, and we're gonna have to get into the neighbor's property. I guess they're putting their batter boards for the square location and also the elevations of the gunite, so that way they know their benchmarks to start the excavation. The homeowner wants to reuse those 2 trees or replant them. We're gonna see if we can save them. There's no guarantee, but this one will stay. And our pool equipment is gonna be sitting right here. We're gonna bring power and we're gonna bring gas. Our electrical panel is over here, and unfortunately for them, the gas meter is on the other side of their house. So we're gonna have to go through the attic with the gas line to make it to the other side, so everything is neat and up to code. Say we have the gas meter right here. Right now they're just down about a foot, 12 inches, and it's just soil so far. I'm gonna show. So this is where they came in. Corner of the fence and the rock from the neighbors. As you can see, it's a tight fit, but we were able to come in through here. Again, they were trying to save the trees. It is almost the end of the first day of actual working in here. We can see there is barely any rock, so we're probably gonna need to add some gravel at the bottom of this, so we don't have any concrete sitting on soil. As you can see, the guys already run out of room for the...
Your destination is on the right.
So today is the second day. It's not much to talk about or show you videos. I can just run this time lapse. The only thing I want to address is right here, we have a lot of soil. They didn't have to use the jackhammer a single time, which I'm pretty sure the neighbors are glad about that. But that means we cannot let it sit like this for too long. Not that we do, but we have some rain forecasts for the next weekend or for this weekend. So we gotta make sure that we move fast and we don't let it sit too long when we have the steel and the plumbing done, because if it collapses, Then we need to remove all the steel, and then we need to remove the plumbing so we can fix. There will be no equipment on site, so it's just a pain. Because of the fact of the soil, we also need to add some gravel here. As you can see, they're working on the forms for the water features on the back. We're gonna have a raised bond beam or a raised accent wall to the back of the pool. And that's what the guys are doing right now. They're working on doing the forms, so when they shoot the gunite, they already have a template to follow along with the construction plans. Day 3. As you can see, they're pretty much done, almost done with the excavation. They're gonna bring some gravel, since we have a lot of soil in here and there's not a lot of rock. It's not such a stable underground, so they're gonna add some gravel to make up for that, and that's what you're gonna see. They are gonna be done with the excavation and the dig up of the trench for the equipment today, and they're gonna start with the rebar tomorrow. Then more likely plumbing the following day, and it'll be ready for an inspection, and it'll be ready for a gunite once it passes the inspection. So the guys were telling me that we have issues with the cable over here. I see their cable for this homeowner right here. So this is the one for our, oh wait. Yeah. You see, that's AT&T's fiber. And I bet you they were saying it was really stretched to the electrical panel. Well, it's the weekend. I bet nobody wants a house with no internet during the weekend. So I have their phone number, because when we knew that we were gonna need to access into their property by as much as you can see, I went in there and knocked on the door, and I actually asked for the permission and their approval So we interchanged phone numbers, so I'm gonna let him know, but hopefully it's something that they can come fix later on today. So I don't think they have any kids, but if anybody out there has kids, you know how it is, a house with no internet. So the good news is the neighbors are out of town. So now we know they're not gonna need internet, at least for the weekend. They're gonna fix that on Monday. We got a little rain today. Therefore, that's why nobody's here. It's kind of muddy. A little bit of a mud pit over here, not too bad. But they were supposed to start the steel today. And again, the weather is probably the reason why they're not here. I talked to a couple of guys, but other subjects. So today's Saturday, Valentine's Day. This is the progress so far. Like I had mentioned before, next week, the steel and the plumbing will be done. And we gotta make sure it's ready for gunite. And if everything goes as planned, by next Saturday, this will be with gunite. So let's hope nothing happens. We don't have a unexpected heavy rain storm. And we don't need to address any of this soil over here. All right, well, with all that, oh, and by the way, here, the guys were digging for the skimmer, but then we find out it could be easier to have all the plumbing going out that way. And also, since the ground goes up a little bit right here to my left, we may have to do something once we flat this, like a little retaining wall or something that it doesn't undermine the foundation of the house. So having the skimmer here could leave a little bit of an eyesore, or it could be just too much, you know, the skimmer blades and all that could make it feel like this is more narrow. So that's why the guys are doing it over there. It makes more sense. See you next week.